Respected chairpersons and the audience, we know that mitomycin C is an antibiotic which has got a neoplastic role, and also it has got antifibrotic properties. And this, because of this, it's been put in non-oncological use also, especially in ophthalmology, and also as far as children are concerned, it is for esophageal stricture. There had been a lot of studies in children with esophageal stricture, and the meta-analysis show that it is a safe and effective way to reduce the number of necessary dilatation, that is by local application or submucosal injection of mitomycin into the stricture area. And symptomatic improvement also follows the radiological improvement. Based on the same line, the use of mitomycin in decreasing the recurrence of the stricture in adult urethra had been tried, and there had been a couple of, there are a lot of literature, not only couple, and the recent meta-analysis by Zhu et al. In 2023, which includes the studies both on anterior stricture as well as posterior stricture, with a follow-up ranging up to 2 years, have shown that application of mitomycin C locally or submucosally after the internal urethotomy has led to a reduced stricture recurrence rate, and this is especially more marked at 1 year of follow-up, and that is more marked also for anterior urethra, especially when the stricture had been less than 2 centimeters in length. The symptomatic improvement has been followed in some studies with uroflowmetry, in others it has not been done only. So based on this, we wondered if we can extend the same benefit to the children, and that's why we tried, took a subset of 5 patients, around 8 years of age. 2 of them had been operated for post-traumatic urethral stricture, had undergone the stricture urethroplasty. Still, there was a recurrence of the stricture. 2 with posterior urethral valve after fulguration, and 1 was congenital urethral stricture. All the children had that porous urinary stream and high PVR, and had undergone in urethral dilatation about three times before we had thought of giving them this benefit. So this is the patient characteristics, and 2 of them had VUR, 2 also had calculi. All of them used to have recurrent UTI. But following mitomycin application, we found there was a great patient satisfaction, because urinary stream markedly improved and the episodes of UTI decreased markedly. So, and once we did cystoscopy in these patients, we found that there had been up to 70 to 80% luminal narrowing, and more than 2 centimeters long stricture were there. Bladder tabiculations were there, hypertrophied neck, which led to institution of tropan and hytrin for all the patients, for them with an average duration of 6 to 9 months before we undertook that. And whenever we used to do internal urethrotomy, take out the catheter, within 7 to 10 days, the urinary stream used to get thinned out again. So here we thought of, we undertook this procedure. Anyway, though I tried my best to let these things be seen in slide, but it is not showing. Chalo. Slide direct me kar do. Anyway, now I have a diagram also to bank upon. So what we used to do is, we used to negotiate the cystoscope along with the one IFT 5 number along the working channel. Then first of all conduct the internal urethrotomy, following which the mitomycin was applied, followed which we used to advance the sheath, decompress the bladder. The assistant used to put a finger in the rectum in order to occlude the bladder neck, because we did not want any far further spillage of mitomycin C. Mitomycin C was taken in the concentration of 0.5 nanogram per ml. In adults, there had been a range of 0.05 nanogram per ml to 1 nanogram per ml, with most studies banking on 0.5 nanogram. So we continued with that application. And once the sheath was withdrawn just distal to the uretrotomy stricture, uretrotomy incision, then we used to apply the apply the mitomycin with a contact period of 1 to 2 minutes. Circular motion of the sheath along with little compression all across the lumen ensured that there was enough of application time, and thereafter catheter was put. So after 7 days, just यहाँ क्यों नहीं है? हाँ. uh, after 7 days of the catheter removal, we used to see that we found that the patients were quite satisfied with the urinary stream. There used to be a wide caliber urinary stream. And however, this improvement sustained for 4 to 6 weeks. And thereafter also again, a little thinning of stream occurred in all the patients. But after second application, there was a marked improvement, and in fact, none of them except one had to return back for a remitomycin application. The episodes of UTI also decreased markedly. However, the same happiness we could not get when we conducted the uroflowmetry and the PVRV. The plateau curve still remained in uroflowmetry, but then I have to say that we did it after 3 months of the application. And post-wide residue also reached up to 50% was still there in patients at variable point of time, but mind it, all of them were on tropan and hydrate. So we know that mitomycin has got a dose escalation effect, but that's why the repeated mitomycin application is more beneficial. And also, since the voiding score of the patient subjectively after 3 to 6 months of the follow-up showed that there was improvement, now reached towards the lower side of moderate severity, we feel there was the symptomatic relief was something very important to bank upon, and many of the patients started going to school also. So when we went through the uroflowmetry parameter, why they did not improve, we went through the studies by Rajat Piplani et al. As well as Pereira M., who showed that despite the fact the hypospadias repair was done very well and there was a good urinary stream post hypospadias repair, still the uroflow obstructive curve remained, and the review article and the meta-analysis showed that there is no need to intervene till the symptoms remain abated. We are also following the same dictum, but at the same time giving a close follow-up on the renal function. Post-wide residue, there could be because of persistent spongiofibrosis, which will take time to resolve. In adults also, only after 1 year of follow-up did they see significant difference. And prolonged use of anticholinergic could also contribute to that. We should have stopped this anticholinergic a few days before uroflowmetry. That is our limitation. We didn't do it. Okay, these are the various these factors which can lead to a poor prognosis in urethral stricture patient, recurrent UTI, recurrent ureterotomy, long stricture, multiple stricture which are located in bulbomembranous urethra. So these are the limitation of study. I have accepted side by side. Obviously, it would have been better if we could have gauged the improvement along with the extent of spongiofibrosis which we could have seen on perineal ultrasound. Now, our future projections are, first of all, include more patients, longer follow-up, and also to gauge the improvement with supplemented by radiological study as RGO or MCU, as was also seen in adults. This is one RGU we did a day before in the patient who was 3 times, treated for that. So we conclude by saying that local application of mitomycin has shown its potential benefit for short-term follow-up of treating resistant urethral stricture in terms of symptomatic relief. Thank you so much for your patient hearing. I can't hear you.
Ma'am, I have a question.
No, this was just an observation. We planned, these are future plans that we will have 2 control groups with but in adult studies there had been control groups, but all of them had undergone 3 times optical ureterotomy before we resorted to at least 3 to 4 times. Then we resorted to mitomycin after having seen in literature that what other can be done. In adults, steroids have also been injected, hyaluronidase also has been injected. Mitomycin has shown a good result in meta-analysis in the adults.
Mike, can somebody
Yeah.
pass on the mic, please?
I said that was after our desperation of not being able to keep them dilated for a long time that we undertook and we wanted to share.
Ma'am.
In 2 patients with post-traumatic urethral stricture, we had already done, but the stricture still recurred.
So all of them were basically 2 of them were supplemented by the skin or a buccal mucosa, because all these aspects are necessary for the future studies.
We did not require actually the skin. We could bring them
That was
together
end-to-end
by the
anast-
perineal approach.
That was
We could,
end-to-end
yeah.
anastomosis of the urethra, mobilization.
Okay,
Let's, thank you
Madam,
very much.
thank you. We go on to next question, yes.
Madam, I have a question. First you are doing erythrotomy and then giving the injection. My doubt is, where do you give the incision with reference to the clock? And where is the injection given with reference to clock? That is my doubt. And the other one is, once you cut the mucosa, because you are cutting with a knife or cautery. So once it is open, the mucosa is open, once you are giving submucosal injection, is it not going to spill over into the urethra? These are practical.
Sorry, either the mic audio is not very clear. You want to know where we used to give the
Injection.
incision?
Incision is given where? And
Okay.
injection is given where? With reference to clock, you tell me.
Okay.
Okay. Once you give the incision,
Hmm.
the mucosa will be opened. Once after giving the incision, if you are giving the injection, then the submucosal injection, is it not going to spill into the urethra because of you have cut already the mucosa?
Actually, the video did not play. I can show in my this thing.
Just answer, just answer the question.
Yeah, we used to give the with internal urethrotomy after classical whatever way we do cystoscopy. We do the as we internal urethrotomy. What to explain the maximum strictured area only till we can see the cut the mucosa to the extent that we can see the some scarring area giving way. So it got opened up.
Okay.
Okay, and then we used to go in, decompress the bladder,
Okay.
and withdraw the scope again. The assistant, the rectum is prepared. It is a small child. We use by per rectal, the other person occlude the bladder neck. Now, since the sheath as well as the 5 French IFT, it is placed distal to the urethrotomy.
Dr. Simi, we can wind up now. You have already exceeded the time. Rest of the discussion can be carried on subsequently.
Okay, let me finish it off. So once we instill 1 ml of mitomycin, then we give a contact time and then we withdraw it. Then we put a caster.
So
That
you
is
are
it.
giving intraluminal, not subcutaneous injection.
We can carry on this discussion
It's not
subsequently.
submucosal
I
injection.
I
it's
can
only
talk to you
intraluminal.
later.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.